Alright, let's start this stream. Got the glasses, I don't need those tonight. So, no. Chat is not something I'm going to monitor. Alright. So, make sure that we're live. Error occurred. It says we're live. Since I've been live for 42 seconds. So let's close some tabs here so we can get better resolution. What's going on? My channel. Videos. Okay, so it says I'm live now. Now this stream looks much closer to correct. Yeah, okay, good. So, where did we leave off last time? We were working on the outline, and after doing that, I talked to the artist, and I realized that I'm a little bit behind on getting her the character descriptions that I need to have done. So I'm going to pull those up. All right. So 12th Street is the Seacrest. So I'm imagining 12th Street kind of as like it's got upper crust. So I'm imagining it as kind of the Beverly Hills of suburbs. Multitude neighborhood. Seacrest. I think he's mixing two people here, like Ryan Seacrest and someone else. I'm not coming up with it in my head right now. Kanto Street, Chinatown, or Japantown. I mean, obviously it's based on Pokemon, which is from Japan. But you know, the vision, the thought that first pops into your head is Chinatown, but there's a Japantown and a Koreatown and all of the different in Los Angeles in particular. There's all these different ethnic group, merchant areas. So I'm imagining that's kind of where Kanto Street is. Longberry Road. Let me look that up. Let me Google that. See where we are on that. Now, some people said who sent in their characters. So Rondo Hatton was a Quiet Vigil. Yeah, I honestly don't know what to do with Longberry Road. so we'll have to get more info about that. They didn't really give me a description of where he lives. So, okay, so all right, so this looks like a cool. Says attack children. Yeah, I mean, I think I could probably just. I kind of want to group them in districts. So this would be. Obviously, with a place with a landmass bigger than California is. I mean, just if you think about California, it's very, very small amount of landmass is covered in the city, like large suburban sprawl. So the actual scale of this mega city is going to be quite large, to the point where I don't know. I don't know how many districts there will be. Obviously, there should be more than 50, because 50 is what we're used to. But so this is basically Summer's epicenter of weird. Yeah. Just kind of thinking. Actually, so I was gonna have the artist do these characters as kind of groups. So, imagine D&D. You've got all your different character races laid out. That kind of like group shot. But if yeah, I think I can. I think I can work with. I think I can work with just sending a couple in. So there's that guy. It's a good description, but. Yeah, I'm almost curious to just kind of send these descriptions in and see what my artist comes up with. Because she's very creative. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep translating these. Whatever. Darling Street. And I'm going to be skipping a couple. So if you don't see your submission show up here, that's because you didn't give me enough information. And so I'm going to get the characters that I do have enough of and kind of translate those. Okay, so maybe what would be best is to talk about a few specific districts. Like, obviously I can't talk about every single one. And I don't want every street to be on a different district. So, Little Furrencan street filled with martial art dojos. They practice a horror and animal costume. So, so it feels like Kanto. I can do some color stuff here, can't I? Highlight. China. Red. fill in. There we go. Make it that color? Sure. So we can think of these two. What are they? Oh no, it's not even the same color. Oh god, what have I done? This one. There we go. I could talk about either Los Angeles or San Francisco's. I think they both have a Chinatown area. Although if I'm not mistaken, the Los Angeles one is larger. And I find it ironic, the idea that of all the cities to not be destroyed by what is effectively a very large earthquake, Los Angeles is one of them, as it normally sits on a fault line. So, big eye, small mouth. I mean, all right. Yeah, so maybe I can group these. McFarland Street definitely sounds like another weird and wild street. Yeah, so I definitely think I can make weird its own category. Let's go with like purple. This one too. What was that thing? Erie, Indiana or something? Is that a 90s show? Or is that... Feels like it was a 90s show. Yes. 1991 to 92. Erie, Indiana. There's another one. So Erie, Indiana. And then... Well, there's Clarissa Explains It All. There's Derissa Clearing. 90s. Something... Oh, was it Secret World of Alec? No, it's not that one. Something like that, like Samantha or something like that. Yeah, definitely weird and wild was a theme, like exploring the strange in a very kind of wacky way, not constrained to this I had a device over here that's sadly dying and I need it to not die. Of course, I cannot for the life of me. There we go. That one? Nope. I feel like I've done this before. I feel like this was exactly a couple hours ago. I was like, where am I going to find a cable for this? I used it on my desk here. This thing. Yeah, that's it. Haha. I just kind of threw it in the back there. Obviously, if this is more scripted and I knew where the hell I was going, probably be a little bit more entertaining. But everything must have a beginning, you know. Tim Woods, if you get that reference. Let's go back here. So yeah, Weird and Wild was definitely a thing. Sabrina the Teenage Witch. So I'd love to see like if someone, I don't think anybody's come up with one yet, submitted one, but like a witchcraft street. I definitely want to have everyone's characters, as described, show up somewhere in the book. Obviously, the main characters are going to get a lot more focus, but so that would be another one of these weird and wacky kind of streets. Make some more rows. Okay, so skate park loop. And obviously, I'm not just gonna rest on the laurels of all these user, backer submitted characters. The only problem with this one is computers aren't really. I mean, the internet doesn't exist, so computers are a thing. But like messaging over the network would be kind of a I guess it would be like a cutting edge, like really weird thing. And then here's Morphin Way. Alright, so Morphin Way, also about karate, but in a kind of like small town feel to it. So I almost feel like Morphin Way and Skate Park Loop should be part of their own district. So I'll make that kind of a green. So kind of more don't want to typecast every single karate character, into the same area. That would be unpleasant. That's boring. Boring is the word I meant. Sorry. So this is kind of an old neighborhood. So this is kind of in the New York area. So yeah, I could see this being like a New York thing. So let's group that up and make these ones. What's the color for New York? Let's go with blue. And then I think this Darling Street. Did I have a description of Darling Street? Shocking metal. Yeah, that's not at all useful. Don't know why there's so many alligators in Darling Street. It's a reference. I understand it's a reference. I just don't get it. So it's the upper crust. So do I want to group that? No, I kind of want to have a very, very Los Angeles one. Monticello Court is kind of what did I decide? Yeah, so maybe I go over 6 districts, and each district has, I don't know, 4 or 5 streets. Okay. Monticello Court has John Duffy. Some sort of street or something. Actually, yeah, I mean, that would be the perfect thing. So now I've got these districts sorted out. What I could do, so I've got, I want to do, yeah, can I do the color? go. So China. Oh no. Some sort of. I'll put that in quotes because that's not what I mean. There's a term for that. I'm not remembering it, and I'm not going to remember it easily. So, and then we'll do the blue one was New York. There's some sort of New York borough that's left. An area. Goodness. Green. And then I think that's what we do. I mean, that's 4 districts. That's not, you add not too many more. I mean, that's not bad. I could definitely well, see, these are all temporary names. That's 5 districts. That's pretty good. Let's continue adding the streets and see if anything leaps out at me as needing additional. Obviously, I'm gonna have to go through like every TV show and see what I can find for like cool ideas. Sorry, that's under my eye. This person definitely nailed my original thoughts right on the head, but definitely Planeteer. Belongs in the green belt. And ideally, the streets are not right next to each other. So the district is, maybe 100 streets. Pretty big, right? God, might even be more than that, right? Ocean shores. Ocean shores, obviously, on the ocean. Let's have that be our Los Angeles one, or at least a starting one. So we'll do orange. Yeah, it seems appropriate. So that'll leave us with 6 districts to talk about. That's a fair amount. I mean, I want to leave some space for other people to be creative in here. So I want to have some. All right. Oh, I guess I do kind of have to have like a San Francisco area too. Actually, yeah. So that's the wealthy one. The wealthy one's in San Francisco. It's like Canada. That's where all everything's overpriced. And then this would be Los Angeles. almost into this. I might have to cut this one short. I'm really tired tonight. Also, I'll take a look at how the stream works out, because I checked the last one and it was really, and there's no footage. It's just Jerry Sinfield. Imagining all the other people who live on this lane are just terrible puns. Also, it looks like my daughter might be yeah, I'm really close to being so I could stick that in the green belt. So how many of each do I have? So I currently have one wealthy, two wealthies. Okay, no, same print, whatever. Los Angeles, I've got, I think just the one at this point, yeah. Town area, I've got one, two, just two. Definitely stick some there. New York, I've got one, two. It's looking like two is the most common one. Weirdness, one, two. I mean, three technically, but that's kind of one they came up with. I don't think anybody else did. Yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I can't stick it in green. The others all fit there pretty good. So I think, yeah, this could go in Los Angeles. This is orange, right? Yeah. So now Los Angeles has two. Kept over that one. Okay, so everything with weirdness and green belt needs more. Sure. So I have Rocco's Modern Drive. Oops. I'm going to resort these anyways, it doesn't matter. Actually, something I need to do is oh man, I want to stick this with the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, but no, this goes in weird, right? Yeah, Discovery Street definitely goes with weird. And then Rocco's Modern Drive. This one might need some additional work. I mean, I love the creativity of it, but we're gonna have to. Rocco's Modern Drive. So, Los Angeles. Yeah, because nobody else could take Los Angeles. Of course, I can come up with more streets if I have to, but let's just try to keep all these even. Ridge Oak Road, small. put that sapphire. Yeah, let's put it in sapphire. Oh, this definitely belongs in weird. So I added yellow and orange. Did not. I mean, I can always add more. On my own. Let's put this in New York. That makes sense. Okay, New York is one more. Really. Oh, left is Chinatown. That really sounds like, New York or something. It's creepy, but not every word one has to be in the weirdness area. Yeah, so let's put that in New York. And I'll just have to come up with additional streets for the Chinatown area. Okay. So the next step, I'll probably do off stream because, boy, am I tired, is reorganizing these by color. But it is actually quite laggy while I'm streaming, so sorry for the late start to the stream. I was out killing black widows, as you do, and then YouTube is not receiving the video to maintain streaming. Okay, well, according to this, it should be. Even the live, yeah, the live seems fine. Then I'm streaming right now at 720p, so that doesn't seem to. Even that doesn't seem to be great. I might need to have a computer just dedicated to the streaming, like a big desktop or something. I don't know. Who would have thought streaming video and screen at the same time would be so intensive? I mean, do it all the time on like Skype and Google Hangouts. So, okay. Well, thank you guys all so much for checking this out, and hope it was in some way entertaining. I'm sure I'll get better. I'm generally a funny guy in person. That's what I keep telling myself. Okay, bye next time. Oh, don't forget to subscribe, and if you like the video, leave a comment. They're all going to be held in review because I am but one man, and I can't. I can't review them all. Or I don't have like a mod team or whatever. So sometimes they take a while to show up, but I am going through and approving them as they come through. So cool. Cheers. Till next time.